Hello everybody, VG time back again with another deck profile. This time back with Pilaf. I did an original deck profile for this yesterday, but there's been a ruling change and I want to make sure that this deck profile reflects it. The deck itself doesn't change, it still does everything that I wanted to do. Why Pilaf for your shop championship? Well, it's very straightforward. There's not a lot of negates. A lot of people are tapping out on turn 2. So if you go first, you're going against people without energy up. Also, because this format is made up of really great boss monsters, it usually takes several turns for the opposing decks to really get online. And those things combined makes it so that a very low to the ground rush aggro deck is viable in this format. So, Pilaf. He has 2 abilities on the front. When he swings, he draws a card. And then he has a dual awakening ability where if you're at 4 or less life or you have 3 or more battle cards on the field, you get to untap 2 and flip them over. The untap 2 is important because we're an aggro deck. We do not necessarily need to see the additional cards. We need the energy in order to extend our plays. So next up we have Pilaf showing my symbol on the backside. He swings, draws a card like every other decent leader in the game. And then he has to activate main once per turn, where he gets to choose 3 of your battle cards and place them in the drop area, and then choose one of your red unisons and give a triple attack. That is extremely important to the pressure game of this deck because of the nature of some of the cards. So let's get into the profile. Our unison of choice, 4 copies of Vegeta Elite Unison. This card right here is absolutely savage. It's the only choice for this deck because you do not want to be paying 3 and 4 energy for your unisons in an aggro deck. You only want it to cost 2. And this guy right here also has the ability to pump other cards, which is very key to the deck. 3 copies of Mai Gang's Femme Fatale. She searches the top 5 for Earthlings. And then 3 copies of Pilaf Plotting World Domination. He also searches the top 5 for Earthlings. He also has another effect that he could search the top 5 and get a 4-drop red unison. And there's only one of those, that's the Vegito unison. Main deck, that's not really a big deal. Side deck, that is. We do side that card. And then 4 copies of Shu, which is the main combo piece you need for the deck. So you're using a Pilaf and a Mai to get to Shus or Chasers, which I'm going to get into in a second. And you want to play Shu either on turn 2 if you're going first, or turn 3 if you're going second. Shu has the ability that you can sack him if your leader is Pilaf and put a 2-drop Pilaf or Mai from your hand directly into play. Those cards that you're going to be playing are Pilaf Dragon Ball Chaser and Mai Dragon Ball Chasers, both of which are at 4. They're unique and they have autos that say that when you play them, you get to, if you have 3 or more energy and your leader is Pilaf, you get to search your deck for the other 2 corresponding pieces. So you play Pilaf, you get a Mai and Shu. If you play Mai, you get a Pilaf and Shu, and you put them into play. And they're 15k unique attackers. So, of course, we run the 4 copies of Shu. And that's why the leader effect matters. So, you have the unison out there and you clear them and you have another Shu. You are then allowed to make another 3 guys off the Shu effect. Usually on turn 3, you have 3 energy up after you awaken. So once you clear them to give triple attack to the unison, your primary card that you want to play is the Pilaf Machine, the Masterbot. This guy right here is a triple attacker, so you will have 2 triple attackers on the field that your opponent has to deal with. So that's at least 6 attacks, plus your leader attack, that's 7, plus the 3 chasers, that's already 10 attacks. And that's not counting any of the other free cards we have. And then if you're able to get into another chaser, which I'll show you how you do that in a moment. That extends out your plays even further. We played 3 copies of Tau. He's free as long as you have 3 or more non-token battle cards. You get to play this guy for free. He gets critical for the turn. He's more important now than he used to be because of his critical status. But just in general, having a free 15k critical to be able to not give your opponent a card as your pressure and their life total is very key in aggro. We play, going to the red utility, 1 copy of Pilaf Machine Ostrich form. This is what the 6-drop floats into. This guy comes down, he minus 25k one of their battle cards, and he's also a blocker to help us deal with unisons. We have Son Goku bursting with energy. So we're going against a deck that has a turn 2 unison that they're going to play that's going to tick up to only 3. You want to play this guy. And this deck is actually very good at dealing with opposing unisons, but the main reason is that you don't want your plays disrupted. If you're going against green or a Zeno-based unison deck, he helps you. You still need to get a 3rd attack in, at least against Zeno, so you probably have to burn a leader attack for that. And against the green, he acts almost as an additional attacker if they try to protect your unison. 4 copies of Boma, Out of Entry. I actually think this card is super snapped in half. This deck would not be playable without it. If between you and your opponent you have a total of 8 or less life, you're allowed to combo with this card and draw a card. And if it's your turn, you get to play a 1-drop red Earthling. She does have a restriction on which 1-drop red Earthlings you can play, so you can play additional copies of herself. You can also play the Pilaf Mind Shoe that's in the deck. It's important to be able to play additional copies of herself because of her activate main, which is the ability to pump in unison or a battle card by 5. And so if you have her out on the table when you play a unison and you awaken, you get to +5 in unison to make them a 20. And then when it gets later on into attack chains and you combo the first one off, draw your card. If you play a second one, you then get to pump up the unison to 25. At which point now you have triple attacking for 25 and most likely triple attacking for 30 off the Master Bot. In which case you combo off the other one and you go into a shoe. And then the shoe, as long as you have a Pilaf or a My Chaser in your hand, allows you to make 3 more attacks. Now we get into the card that caused me to have to redo the deck profile, Bardock the Resolute. So this card right here had a change in ruling, which makes it slightly less free, but it's still very free. So as an order that says that when a card is added to your opponent's hand or sent to the drop area by a skill, you get to play this card for free. It was originally ruled that you could do it off of damage, but then it was changed that even adding the card to the hand had to be from a skill. But nowhere on the card does it say that has to be from your skill. So you actually get to punish your opponent for playing the deck the way they're supposed to. Prime example again is Go Tanks. They swing with the Go Tanks, they take a life, they draw a card, you play this guy. If you're going against the Frieza deck, they swing, they pop a guy to make you discard a card and they take a life, you play this guy. And it keeps going on and on. All the blue decks, except for Zamasu, but Trunks and Vegeta, play the 1-drop attackers that take a life. As soon as they swing, take a life, go up to 15, you play this guy. So he's still very free. And then again, Mercenary Tau hits with critical and the crit makes the life go to the drop area, play this guy. He's a 15k double striker. He restands if they activate counter card. He just heavy pressure. That could come out as early as turn 1. Vegeta Demonstration of Might. He's also free. So he is your guaranteed like 13th, 14th attack. And then Trunks Elite Descendant. You overwhelm him. You put the Vegeta that we just showed you into play in rest mode. and it allows you to, after you attack with him, sack him off with the Vegeta to draw a card, or if you had another Bardock in your hand, you can sack off the Vegeta and the Bardock to draw a card, and then pressure with this guy. So usually guaranteed 14 attacks, can have up to 15, 16, and since they're all at least 15k and 6 of them at least 20k, your opponent will not be able to out combo that forever, and those numbers are without me comboing any cards from my hand. So you're going to be able to kill them. I have a friend of mine taking this build to an event today, and hopefully he does well, and if he does, I'll try to get an interview with him on his experience with the deck. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and check out other videos on the channel. This is VG Time, signing out.